Welcome to Social Distancing Together. I'm Phil.
I'm Kyle, and this is Logan, our special guest today.
Logan.
This week we are going to be doing Animal Week, and so we had Logan come join us in the studio.
This is your dog, Logan.
We're going to get to him more in a later segment, but right now I just want to hear how your week's been, Phil.
Well, my week's been pretty good. I'd say a highlight was just this morning, I made waffles for breakfast. How about you? How was your week?
My week's been pretty busy, actually. I had a bunch of final tests, exams. I've been watching the James Bond, so about halfway through. I'm on Roger Moore's run, and if you know anything about James Bond, those movies suck.
I have never seen a Roger Moore James Bond.
I hadn't before this. Actually, I've only seen like the Daniel Craig ones before this, so I thought why not watch 24 movies? So
Yeah.
well, 25. I don't want to get into the whole Connery debacle.
Yeah, no, we don't want to stir the pot there.
Yeah.
Time for shout-outs. Shout out to Kathy.
Kathy.
It's actually my Aunt Kathy.
Aunt Kathy.
Yeah, she says, Uncle Gary would like to know who is social distance cutting your hair.
I'm actually cutting my own hair. I use a razor, and it just works really well.
Yeah, great.
So-
Hopefully that answers your question.
Thanks, Uncle Gary, for the question. I always appreciate questions from my fans.
Yep.
Love ya. This is your shout out. I don't want any part of this. I'm a little offended.
Tom says, I'm not sure what to make of your movie remakes. If you put this much time and effort into solving a cure for COVID-19, we might be out of isolation already.
Well, Tom, if you take as much energy and time as you made in that comment and put it on COVID-19, maybe we'd be out of it already too. So,
Yeah.
How about that, huh?
Maybe think about that next time you make a hurtful comment.
Yeah, we've got hurt feelings. We're real people, Tom.
Yeah, except Logan, he's not a real person.
Logan is the most real out of all three of us. He's my best friend.
Great. I think that's all the shout-outs we have.
Okay.
Oh, no. We also have some results from last week, Kyle. We asked you guys to let us know whose video remake you like the best between Kyle's and myself. I have some results, Kyle.
I'm a little anxious to see these results.
These results are compiled from Instagram, your Instagram,
My Instagram.
my Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Okay.
When you compiled them all together, you came out with 83% of the votes.
Wow, 83%, that's pretty good.
Well, I came out with 317% of the votes. The breakdown was 67 to 33% my Instagram, 50-50 your Instagram. 100% of the YouTube votes went to me, and 100% of the Facebook votes went to me.
I started following the Toronto Zoo,
Oh.
and they do daily live events, Instagram, Facebook, and their website. It's kind of like an educational thing, and then they also have like 2 days a week they do other educational stuff. So if you're looking just for something to do, yeah, check out the zoo, the Toronto Zoo specifically.
That's very apt for Animal Week.
Yeah, I didn't even plan it that way.
Kyle, how about sliding your shoes on and squishing the heel?
Nothing embarrasses me more than the fact that I do this. I used to do this a little bit more. Currently, all my shoes that have laces, other than my running shoes, my casual shoes have expand laces in them. So I don't have to tie my shoes anymore, so I just slip them on anyway. So I don't have to slide my foot in just to slip them on. So it does help a little bit with my shoe.
Is that your normal shoes that you do that with, or some other around-the-house shoes?
I don't have around the house shoes,
Okay.
just my normal shoes. So the shoes I'm wearing right now, my Toms,
Nice.
so don't have to tie these up.
Do you squish those heels?
No, I've never squished these heels. I've been very good with not squishing these
Okay.
heels. I hate buying shoes. They're expensive. I never get good quality ones, but I try to get good quality ones. If you want to ruin your shoes, go ahead and ruin your shoes. But if you don't want to ruin your shoes, I'd suggest these laces. They're helping me not squish my heels.
Or get a shoehorn.
Invest in multiple pairs of Crocs.
Crocs.
Flip-flops.
Birks.
Birks and stocks.
Birks and stocks.
Get some stocks, get some Birks.
Put them together. This has been How About?
Next we have our Bible verse for the week. Since it's Animal Week, I thought it'd be good if we come up with a animal Bible verse.
What do you got for us?
Look at the birds. They don't plant or harvest or store food in barns, for your heavenly Father feeds them, and aren't you far more valuable to him than they are? Now, I thought this was a nice verse because it's not because it's not necessarily what you would go to when you think about, pandemic, God taking care of you kind of stuff. But it has that reminder that things are going to be okay.
Yeah.
That the world isn't ending, that it may be different, but God's still taking care of us in a different way.
Mm-hmm. This verse is, I think, very calming for me when I think about, if I start to get worried about something, then reading this verse makes me think, of course, that God looks after the birds, and he cares so much more for me as a human.
Yeah.
I feel very at ease when I read this.
Now, I think it is important to mention that it's good to plan and prepare. That's not what this is saying. This is saying that when things go beyond control, like what we're going through right now, that God still has his hand in helping us. Even not, I'm just not going to study for a test, or I'm going to not prepare for a job interview, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those are just your folly. So I thought that was a nice verse for today. Now we're going to be moving into a new segment called Animal Corner.
It's very hard to read.
It's not.
We'll see. Good morning and welcome. We got a guest today, a special guest, coming in right now. This is Logan the Hound and his owner, Kyle. Welcome here to Animal Corner.
Thanks for having me, Phil. I've always wanted to be on the show.
Long-time listener, I imagine?
You know it. Let's just get you a face-to-face.
Look at this guy. He's beautiful.
He is. So, he is 12 years old. Here, I got a little snack for you.
Oh, that's nice.
So he's 12 years old. He's a training Walker Coonhound. They're like beagles or American foxhounds. They are bred for small game, so rabbits, squirrels, basically any around that size. They get their name treeing, because they'll sit at the base of a tree and they will put their front two paws and bay at it. Oh no, stay here. He doesn't howl. He'll bay, and so what baying is when a dog throws its head back, specifically throws its head back, and it does more of a woo, like oh, oh,
oh,
yes.
Oh. It's not a howl.
It's not a howl.
It's like is it like a woof?
More like a hoof.
A hoof?
Yeah.
How would you spell it?
HWOF. Hoof. Maybe a couple more O's. Logan is a cancer survivor. He had cancer before I got him. I got him when he was 8.
Okay.
Like I said, he's 12. He likes to tan in the sun. He'll just sit on the back porch.
Who doesn't?
He's like all dogs. He likes long walks.
What kind of tricks are you going to teach him today? I hear you're going to do some training with us.
Yeah, so if anybody's ever heard the term, you can't teach an old dog new tricks, you're wrong. He will move when I move. Logan, stay.
He's staying over there.
So, yeah, he did a pretty good job with that. So, I know a lot of people are... No, it's in the sand. I know a lot of people are... right now are getting pets while they're in quarantine because they have some trying to train. I've seen a few people. So I just wanted to let people know how to properly train their dogs.
And now it's really easy, actually, if you know what you're doing, right?
It is, especially when you have an old dog. Logan is very food oriented.
Okay.
Now, most dogs are. A lot of dogs aren't. So it may sound really silly from me saying that, but a lot of dogs aren't.
Okay.
So if your dog isn't food motivated, you have to figure out
what is their motivation.
Let's try to get him to turn around. So turn around. Come here. Logan, come here. Good job turning. And why don't you sit for us too? Very good. And then you also, as well as giving the treat, you wanna give pats. And eventually you go away from a treat and you just do the good verbal stuff like that.
And then you have to spend less money on treats.
So he can do that. No. He can dance. So why don't you show everybody you can dance? Dance. 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 He calls it the shark attack.
I should use that one on the dance floor.
Yes. As you can see, it is very easy to train a dog.
Yeah.
Now, I think in the studio we do have a course set up, and we're going to run him through the course.
Yeah, we do. Similar to what you might see on the Westminster Dog Show, something just as grueling for experienced dog owners.
Yeah.
We're gonna run Logan through the hoops there.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
We have hoops.
There's hoops. Hoops. There's hoops. Here we are at the Animal Corner Dog Show. We got Logan the Hound going through the course. Let's take a look at how he does.
Come on.
Oh, he is going through the cones. Yet he making it pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. He got through that obstacle. Great job. Excellent work by his trainer Kyle. Looks like they're moving on to the hoops next. He is effortlessly making his way through these hoops. This is the most natural thing in the world. He is quite the dog there, folks. Quite the dog. Okay, on to the jump the pole. Yep. He chooses. Oh no, he chooses to go around. Yeah, smart thinking. That is a gifted dog. He realizes it's easier to go around than to go over. Very well trained. Trained enough to think for himself. Great job by Logan. The owner's trying to do it again. He's it's going pretty much the same. No, he can't outsmart this dog. Okay, and now we are moving on to the through the hoop challenge. He's not quite wanting to do it. No, not quite. This dog is quite the dog. Quite the dog. Good old Logan. Hashtag Logan the Hound to stay up to date with all his training.
Come on.
Oh, and he gets through the hoop. That is great. Just great. What a day. What a day here at the dog show. This has been the dog show.
Well, I hope you learned about pet training or enjoyed our segment Animal Corner. If you have asks, answers, or annotations, you can send them to Phil. You can also find Logan at hashtag Logan the Hound, which is primarily posted through my Instagram.
This has been Social Distancing Together.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Phil.
Bye. Come here. Logan. Come here. Hey, buddy. Come here. You're on camera. Is he on camera? Let's. Come here. Buddy, go get the ball. See, that's how an expert dog does a course. Do you like animals with real names, like Logan, or like?
I don't know. I like classic pet names, but
Like,
also
like Fluffy?
no.
I don't like when an animal is described on its physicalness. Like Fluffy, Curly,